Hey, what's the matter?
I'm not sure.
What in the world is that thing?
In Japan, there are 7 young men and women who are famous around the world. Their talents are so remarkably developed that people cannot believe they are still in high school. With abilities this advanced, they are collectively referred to, out of respect, as high school prodigies. We begin with a girl whose intelligence is several centuries ahead of her time. A girl who's become the focus of espionage agencies around the world.
Hey, Ringo! What is it, Bear Rabbit? You need to bear toward Earth right now, or you'll be late for your appointment! Oh, you're right.
Ringo Ohoshi. Despite being in high school, she is presently the world's greatest inventor. Next, we have a hero who races through war zones with sword in hand, while bullets fly around her.
A samurai has a right to strike.
Aoi Ichijo. And while it's true she's still in high school, she's considered the world's finest swordsman. Next up, we have a girl whose medical talents are so innovative, she's extended the limits of the human lifespan.
He should be all right now.
Kana Kanzaki. Even though she's a teenager in high school, she's regarded as the world's best doctor. The boy on this magazine cover is considered the demon of the financial world. He's involved in 30% of all monetary transactions across the globe.
What do we know? Have they signed the closing papers yet? 20 million in escrow. That works out fine. We'll have a draft contract later today.
Masato Sanada. And while he's a high school senior, he's also the world's most successful entrepreneur. This illusionist has mastered every art form: clairvoyance, telekinesis, and levitation.
Keep your eye on the statue, everybody! That's just a sample, folks, of my magic!
Prince Akatsuki. Yes, he's still in high school, but he's also the world's most acclaimed magician. This girl is a descendant of the ninja Sasuke Sarutobi. She has unmatched instincts for a story.
Aha! I see a scoop coming on. Ha! Mean!
Shinobu Sarutobi. Even while working for her high school paper, she's become the world's preeminent journalist. In Japan's first direct popular vote, the young man you're about to see was elected by a huge margin to head the government.
You've shown faith in my abilities, and as a result, I humbly accept the position as your Prime Minister. Thank you all.
Tsukasa Mikogami. Despite being in high school, he has become the world's most highly esteemed politician. A few days later, somewhere far from their native land, the fates of these 7 young people will unexpectedly intertwine and form the beginning of a new chapter in their lives.
You finally awakened. Thank goodness.
What's going on? Where am I?
You mustn't move so suddenly like that. You're badly hurt.
Badly hurt? Oh, that's right. We were on the plane. Wait! What about the other 6 people? Are they still alive? Tell me where they are!
Oh. There's no need for you to worry. There are 7, including you. Everyone was brought here, and they're recovering. They're going to be all right.
That's a relief. Thank goodness.
You were really worried about them.
It's the duty of a public official to be concerned about his citizens. Forgive me, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Tsukasa Mikogami. I hope I'm not being too forward, but what is your name?
I don't mind. My name's Lirul.
Thank you so much. It was very generous of you to bring us all here.
I couldn't just ignore people who were injured. It's customary for us mountain folk to help one another. Oh, I forgot. I have something for you. Here you go. It's a stew I made with goat's milk. I hope the broth's not too hot. Here, say ah.
I feel like a baby having to be fed by his mother.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I guess I just don't have the strength to eat anything quite yet.
But you won't be able to recover if you don't take in some nourishment pretty soon. Oh. So if I do that, you're able to eat, right?
I guess it would be bad manners to refuse her efforts now. You're very kind. Would it be all right if I took advantage of your generosity now?
Oh, yes, of course.
Lirul! I heard one of the people we found unconscious is awake now. Oh, dear, how awkward. Did I interrupt something?
No, not at all. That wasn't what it looked like, really. It was sort of a first aid treatment.
Does everyone look like that here?
Of course it was. Hi there, I'm Winona. I'm one of the residents here. You'll find we're all very friendly in this village. Nice to meet you.
I'm Tsukasa Mikogami. It seems my friends and I owe a great deal to you. We're very grateful. When we get back home, we'll thank you properly.
Oh, you sound so mature, even though you appear to be around my son's age.
Really? You have a child who's in his late teens? Incredible. You look far too young for that.
Oh, for a kid, you really know how to flatter someone.
That tail you have there, is it actually real?
Of course it's real. Want a touch?
It feels warm. There's no question. It's the real deal.
Are you serious, young man? You mean you've never seen a Buma before? Honest to goodness, they're all over the place here in Freyagard.
Buma? Freyagard?
The 7 of you are wearing unusual clothing. Exactly what country is it that you all come from?
Well, in my case, I was born and raised in Japan.
Japan?
I've never heard of such a place.
What? What in the world are you talking about? I'm hearing you both speak Japanese to me right now.
Huh?
You must be hearing things. The 3 of us have been speaking in nothing but Alton this entire conversation.
Huh? I'm watching their eyes, their breathing, their speech patterns. Nothing gives me the impression they're lying to me. And if that's so...
Here in Freyagard?
Japan?
Alton.
What in the world is going on here?
You shouldn't move. What about your injuries?
I'm sorry to ask this, but could one of you take me to the site of the plane crash? I mean to say, could you take me to the place where you discovered me and my companions?
4 days ago, some sort of large object flew very low across the sky. There was a loud sound, like some kind of a big landslide. Everyone in the village ran to this gully. This is what we found. That big thing that looks like a bird skeleton was on fire, and the 7 of you were lying nearby.
Unbelievable. There's no way we could have survived this. Are we in another dimension?
Oh, wow! You just don't see a dragon that big very often.
You're right about that. We should offer a prayer for our guest's recovery.
It seems there's no denying it any longer.
What do you mean? Denying what?
It seems my friends and I crossed over. We've somehow moved through space-time to another dimension, and we've landed in a world much different from our own.
Lift your mugs. Let's do a toast to our 7 visitors' full recovery. Cheers! Cheers! I still can't wrap my head around you kids coming here from another world. Yeah, that was a real shocker.
You can say that again. It's mind-boggling. I think we were more stunned than you. I mean, your species is pretty surprising.
I didn't hurt! No, you didn't!
Then Tsukasa starts talking about crossing into other dimensions.
Can I ask how you're doing? Are you all getting accustomed to life in our village yet?
We are. After having been here for a month, we're getting used to it one step at a time. Isn't that right, Aoi? Yep.
Well, not all. There's still one of us.
Who's having a little trouble accepting the reality of the situation.
Yep, that's for sure!
Impossible, impossible, impossible! It's gotta be some kind of bad dream. That's right, a nightmare. I guess it could be a magic trick or a prank, but either way, it's impossible, impossible! Ah!
We gotcha! And now we're gonna eat Lola!
No! Animal ears, its tail!
Cut it out! It's not polite to tease our guests. Let's get out of here. Brother. As I was saying, so there really aren't any Buma in the other world all of you come from? Ooh, tell us, what's this Buma thing? Well, Buma are people like those in this village who have animal-like features, and in many cases, great strength. People like the 7 of you are known as Huma. Huma don't have any fur, pointed ears, or tails. Though it's rare, some of them have the ability to use a power called magic. Wow, that's so cool! They have magic here as well!
Interesting. A magical element would help explain how we found ourselves here. Otherwise, the situation makes no sense. It seems to me we should do some research on this world's magic.
Agreed!
Sorry for the wait.
Huh?
I brought steamed potatoes.
Oh man, we're having them again?
I'm so sick of potatoes. I have a surprise. They're a little different today.
They look the same to me.
Not for long, right?
Right. You take some of this, and do this.
What'd you put on it?
It's something special Tsukasa made for us.
Why don't you try it?
It's really good!
So much better than salt. It makes it fun to eat now.
Here, try one, Miru.
Oh, okay. It tastes tart but mellow. It's quite amazing.
It's truly a captivating condiment. It's taken over much of our world. It's called mayonnaise.
Ah, this stuff's delicious.
Would you like another one, sir? There are plenty to go around.
There's something I meant to tell you. Your arrival here reminded me of a story from our folklore.
It did?
Yes, it's a tale that's passed down about 7 heroes who come here from another world.
Very interesting. I'd like to hear more about this.
I don't have all the details, but here's what I know. A long time ago, 7 heroes appeared from another world and saved a land that had been under the control of an evil dragon. That story's always been a fairy tale.
In the scheme of things, that's quite a coincidence.
You're sure it was 7 of them who came here?
What a stupid story. You expect us to believe this crap? Strangers from another world? These people show up and you throw a big feast? No one asked me, and I'm the village treasurer.
Why are you so upset? This is a happy occasion. That's enough. Such petty words should never come out of an elm man's mouth.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry my son is so rude.
It's fine. We're grateful for all that Elm Village has done. Welcome. I've called this meeting to discuss how we're going to handle the bizarre situation we currently find ourselves in. All right, just generally speaking, there are 3 things we need to address. The first one is, we need to gather information about this world.
I assume that means what kind of country this is, and what kind of laws they live by.
And exactly how their magic works.
Number 2, obviously, we have to find some way to get back to our own world.
Our only clue so far is that story about the 7 heroes, right?
I'm hoping we can do research into that at the same time we're learning what this entire place is about.
Sounds good.
The third thing is critical, and we're going to need to deal with it immediately. We have to rebuild this village's finances.
I'm all in on that one. Me too. We have to repay our debt to these people in full.
Those are our goals. I hope you'll agree with me when I say that each one of them deserves our full attention.
Understood.
I've modified all of our cell phones so they'll work here. That way we can keep in touch.
That's amazing. Thank you, Ringo.
And one other thing. I went back to check out the crash site, and the miniature nuclear reactor I had constructed was unharmed.
And we should have all the power we need for the foreseeable future.
There's one other thing you should bear in mind. The plane happened to crash right beside a very large deposit of bauxite ore.
Really?
That's a lucky break for us. I can use that bauxite to produce aluminum.
Can you refine it?
Not only that, I think I can rebuild the plane. The blueprints are done in my head.
You only have the bare minimum of scrap parts. We don't have enough materials.
Understood. Then we'll have to ask for help.
Get out of here right now!
Oh, Bear.
Masato, what's going on here?
These soldiers just showed up all of a sudden.
You're wasting your time. This village doesn't have any meat or booze to spare for you people. We're barely able to survive after your lord takes his cut.
You should be more grateful. I, Sheed, Imperial Knight of Freyagard, am willing to offer protection to your village in the face of marauding bandits and monsters.
What?
It's a generous offer. I mean, we're only asking for a little bit of hospitality in return. Who the hell are you? Back off!
As much as the people of this village appreciate your offer of protection, we must ask you to leave.
Tsukasa!
Listen, you little punk. An insult to me, an Imperial Knight, is an insult to the entire Freyagard Empire, as well as an insult to the great Emperor himself! Soldiers! Sir! Show this fool what happens to insolent clowns! What?
Me.
What she said.
Do you still wish to continue?
You bastard!
You're just a leech who should be exterminated. If you value your life, get out of here. Understand?
You little brat! You'll pay for this!
All you guys have some hidden talents.
Was that wise? They may be thugs, but they're still soldiers.
I'm telling you now, when the feudal lord hears about this, there's gonna be trouble.
There's no need to worry, my friend. I've arranged for a little insurance policy.
How dare they attack me like that? I'll report them to the Lord and they'll all be dead meat!
You might want to rethink that plan.
Oh, what now?
want to mess with me. I'm the magician who protects Elm Village.
Is he just floating up there? Levitation is an art reserved for special Imperial mages. What the hell? Why is a mage protecting a worthless village like that?
It happens that I owe a debt to these villagers, and I've come up with a way to repay it. If I cut off your heads, the villagers won't have to worry. It'll keep you quiet. And your boss won't take revenge.
Oh, our lips will be sealed. We won't tell the Lord what happened. Please, just don't kill me. I'll never mention this to anyone.
Good. That's a smart decision. As long as you stick to your word, I won't take your life. But I'm warning you, if you should ever break your promise to me, Mr. Imperial Knight, you won't see another Imperial day.
Very good work, Akatsuki. Now, as for where we go from here, each of us should get involved in work that suits our individual abilities.
Right.
Okay, so now, here's our challenge. I'm sure you all have your concerns about this impossibly mysterious situation we've been thrust into. For starters, we don't have any idea how to get back home yet. But try to remain strong while we search for an answer. Meanwhile, remember this. The impossible, the unmanageable, and the unthinkable are all challenges that we've had to overcome countless times in the past, and we have not only survived, but prevailed. Remember, all 7 of us were high school prodigies. We have the potential to overcome anything, but we need to balance that potential with wisdom and control. That's it. For now, let's move forward nice and easy. The fact is, if we aren't careful in how we use our powers, we might very well end up destroying this world.
Kidnapped?
Damn it.
Everyone knows what's going to happen.
We have to get her back now. Listen, I'm going to the castle. Who wants to help rescue her?
Wait a minute. You don't want to do something rash.
What did you say?
Think about it. You're up against the Lord of Findolf, right? It's not like you're sneaking in through the back door. What you're proposing is more serious. You're declaring war. Even if you succeed in rescuing Lirul, he'll just send his soldiers to get her back. And when they show up, they'll slaughter you all.
Then, what the hell are you suggesting we do?
Let me negotiate with him.
Huh?
At the present, Lirul is the only one from this village the Lord cares about. And that means we may very well have to give her up for the greater good, to get him to drop the charges of treason. It's not an ideal solution, but I can negotiate it for you. You have my guarantee.
You damn son of a bitch! How can you even consider abandoning Lirul?
Do you think I'd propose that if I thought there was another way?
We're talking about the lives of 100 or more versus the life of 1. It's probably what Lirul herself would propose.
It's so heartless.
I imagine you're right about that, Tsukasa.
Really, Mom?
But even so, we don't have to accept that it's our only choice. Even if it brings peace, how would we live with ourselves? We'd be like animals in the forest, doing whatever it takes to survive.
Yes, but shouldn't survival be your first consideration?
Not necessarily. Helping and supporting each other through life's challenges is what's most important. In the end, that's what really makes us human. So we're going to the castle. It's what we need to do to retain our humanity. Think about it. If we don't get her back, who would take care of your injured hands?
I just don't want to see anybody else get hurt.
I understand, but for her sake, would you all please join with us? I know we can rescue Lirul if you and your friends lead the way. Please, Tsukasa. I'm begging you. Save our friend.
I'm telling you, once the fighting begins, mounds of corpses will pile up. And blood will run so deep the rivers will turn red. Everyone here will face suffering that could have been avoided if they had accepted things the way they've always been. Is anybody not willing to face that in order to protect their human dignity? If so, speak up. Very well. If you're truly prepared for the consequences, we'll aid with your mission. As representatives of a democratic republic, we'll help with your war. And your determination to be free.
Thank you.
Hey, isn't there something you still need to warn them about?
Yes, that was next. My friends, while we're more than willing to help you, in order to protect ourselves, there will be some serious fallout to your society. When we're done, we will have advanced this world's civilization by about 500 years. Your politics, your economics, your values, everything you know will change. To put it simply, we are about to destroy the world as you know it, so be absolutely sure you want to do this.
So, who is this beautiful creature you've dropped at my feet?
She was in the village that you ordered us to torch. I brought her back with me as a tribute to you, my lord.
I would expect no less, Inzaghi, from someone who is clearly the greatest knight in Findolf. I shall allow you to choose your reward in the near future.
I am deeply grateful, sire.
Now, come closer. Let me take a better look at you.
Yes. Of course, my lord.
Listen, girl, I'll make you a deal. If you'll play along and quietly fulfill your role as the Lord's whore, then I won't go and slaughter that village.
You promise the others will be safe?
Even an uneducated brat like you knows what the wise decision would be here.
This hair is so incredible. It feels just like silk, and the skin, it's so soft and smooth and pleasant to the touch. It's driving me mad with passion.
If my sacrifice protects my precious friends and family... My lord?
What is it, my dear?
I'm ready for you now. Do with me what you will. My body is yours.
That's just what I wanted to hear.
Huh? What's going on? Magic? You mean this woman's a mage?
Inzaghi! You're responsible for this. Tie up that filthy sow! You're my witness. She dared to attack me in my own chambers. Oh, yes, she'll pray for death before I'm done with her.
Preparations complete. Ready to fire on your signal.
Roger that. Everyone's in position. We're about to go. Once you've started your assault, we'll move in.
I copy. Here we go. Electrical transmission systems are clear. Main inverter connected. Environmental variables evaluated. Adjusting firing angle. Ranges locked on. Output limiter off. Rail cannon. Firing.
something explode out there?
Everyone, enter the courtyard through the broken castle wall. Let's move!
Look, Commander! The Elm villagers! They're charging in!
But how did... They should have burned up! That means they must have come here to rescue the girl. Crossbow squad, get ready! I want you to kill every one of those fools. Now fire! They deflected them? Those shields can't possibly be made of iron. At that size, they'd be far too heavy to wield. So what the hell are they?
They're incredible, aren't they? They come from our genius inventor. Ringo Ohoshi didn't just manufacture any ordinary shields. She came up with a metal of superior strength, yet light in weight. She combined the aluminum she extracted from bauxite with several other metals. The end result was the creation of a super alloy. It's the one that helped advance our own world's civilization through several eras. Despite its mass, it possesses unparalleled strength, and it's relatively cheap to produce. It's called Duralumin. By the standards of this world's civilization, you might say this stuff is invulnerable. So bring on all the arrows and other weapons you've got!
What the... They must have a sniper. But where? Where is he shooting from? No way. This is an iron arrow. How could it be fired from such an extended distance?
What an incredible weapon. I don't feel like I can miss. No matter how far the target is.
There are only a few dozen rebels! We have over 200 men! Get out there and crush those fools!
Iron-cutting flash. Art of strength. Samurai strike.
That's just a sample of my skills. Now I'll give you a real show of how a hunter functions.
Hey, for a housewife, you fight well.
After I got married, I didn't think I'd be doing anything dangerous again. But it's necessary to rescue Li Wu.
As always, your information gathering is impressive, Shinobu. I figured you knew the castle layout, but how did you find the secret passages?
I suspected we might need to infiltrate this place, so I researched it beforehand. Once you turn that corner, you'll be at Findolf's room.
Indrage's incompetence makes him practically useless. I can't believe he let you get this far into the castle. Unfortunately for you, this is the end of the line. I am Gale Stafford, the Imperial Mage Officer in charge of security here. I shall kill you rebels and present your heads to the Lord.
Stand your ground! Surround them so they have no escape route, then move in and wipe them out!
Shit. He's the only one left who's thinking strategically. Right on cue. Nice timing, Prince. Give him hell, buddy.
Fear me! Tremble before me! As you gaze upon me in awe, you stand before a great mage!
What? That kid's a mage?
Huh? I have to suck it up and make this happen. It's critical. People are counting on me. Here's a little gift from me, soldiers of Findolf!
What the?
is this? Why is he attacking us with smoke?
Enjoying it? Breathe deep. These are my Mandragora poison bombs, created with my magical powers.
Poison! Run for it!
Damn it. Why isn't the mage officer coming out of the castle to confront this magician? No, it can't be. Come with me, men!
Sir!
You must have noticed. However, it's too late now.
How are you able to see my invisible blade?
I don't need to see it. The truth is, I can easily avoid your attacks. They're only an extension of the lines you're drawing with your wand.
What? How could you possibly know that?
Seeing through such a simple trick is easy for the world's top journalist. Oh, and did I mention I'm also a trained ninja warrior? It's really not that much of a challenge. Piece of cake. Ninja lightning flash by stun gun.
There you are!
I'll hold these guys off. You go find Leroy.
Fine. Watch yourself.
Come back!
Leroy. Looks like I got here before the worst could happen.
Got the sucker! I shot him right in the heart! I don't hear the sounds of anyone fighting outside anymore either. I imagine they must all be dead by now. Those scum didn't know their place. Why are you so special, you little bitch? Apparently you're the cause of all the commotion out there. You've cost me quite a few men. I'm going to have to punish you for that. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
Step away from her.
What? How can you still be alive? I hit you dead center with a kill shot.
I'm wearing a protective suit made from aramid. There's no way to penetrate it with a firearm that isn't rifled, which this one happens to be.
That's impossible. A commoner like yourself is not allowed to possess a miniaturized flintlock. Such weapons are forbidden.
I can fire off another 6 shots with this handgun. Would you like me to demonstrate? I could start with your arms and legs, then move up till I reach your neck and head.
Now, hold on. Why don't we talk about this? You came for this woman, isn't that why you're here? Well, you can take her with you. I'll even give you money. Yes, all you have to do is put that thing away.
Forget it. You think I'm a complete idiot? After causing so much violence and upsetting the status quo, the Freyagard Empire will never let us go free. At this point, there's no turning back. The goal of a people's revolution is to create a nation where all men are considered equal, and anyone can become the leader of that nation. We won't stop what we're doing until we've built a new nation by and for the people. The kind of nation where everyone shares a collective responsibility.
You must be kidding, you idiot! What a bunch of garbage! You think all men are actually created equal? The Emperor will never allow such nonsense to stand. He'll hunt you down and kill you. Every single one of you will die.
I guess, in that case, we'll be forced to kill the Emperor before he kills us. We are willing to do whatever's necessary to change this world.
You think you can get away with such treachery?
Yes, If it's truly the will of the people. What other reason is there for politicians to exist? You're quite dramatic. It's just a rubber bullet. Lirul, it's me. Are you all right? Speak to me.
Thank goodness.
That's not Lirul's voice.
I was able to make it just in time. There's very little of me that is left. I can sense it. All around me, this world is being consumed by a giant evil dragon's mouth.
Who's speaking to me?
I beg you, you have to act quickly. Save this world, my 7 heroes.
Wait a minute. Are you the one who summoned us to this place? Hey, you! I need answers!
You're here? I don't know what happened.
Don't worry, you're safe.
The Marquis! He was about to... Oh, wait. Tsukasa, what happened here?
We came to rescue you. The whole village is outside.
You mean everyone?
Yeah. We stormed the Lord's castle.
He seems to be recovering well.
My goodness, you are a very impressive young lady. At first I thought we were going to have to bury him in pieces. But now he seems to be like his old self. Ain't that right?
Ah, why the hell are you always so rough?
I am your daughter, after all.
Yeah. It appears I owe you my life, Doctor. Thank you very much.
I was only doing my job as a physician.
We can't have you out of commission forever. Some big things happened while you were laying around recovering.
Yeah. For starters, our village decided to pick a fight with the Empire.
You missed out on a couple of cool battles.
I have to heal up quick so I can be part of the next one!
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if you don't slow down and heal, I'll have to sedate you. Oh, good grief. Can't you wait one day before you mess up all my work?
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Oh?
Rue?
What's happened to you?
1 times 5 is 5. That's great! I feel like I'm alive again!
Why haven't you been eating or drinking, young lady?
Well, everybody has to take this multiplication test at school, so I've been trying real hard to memorize the tables thing.
What's that?
It's a song about multiplication.
It's something that makes multiplication a whole lot easier to learn.
Ooh, sounds complicated.
It's all about numbers. I'm not very good at it either.
Don't let it get you down, Rue.
Huh?
You can make a living just fine even if you don't know how to multiply.
Look at us! We can barely add 2 and 2!
I'm not sure you guys are a good example. My teacher said math is important if you want to be successful in business, but I just can't seem to get the hang of it.
Math is important no matter what job you do. Keep at it. You'll figure it out after a while.
Looks like the power plant's almost ready to go online.
We managed to secure a large amount of coal, too.
I'm storing the power it generates. I'm putting most of it in the high-capacity batteries we borrowed from our miniature nuclear reactor.
It should create a lot of clean energy. We're starting the trial run tomorrow.
Looks like that will take care of our power generation issue. Excellent. Good work.
Since that job's done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next project, okay?
I'm counting on you.
Bye-bye there, buddies.
What's she referring to?
The production of essential tools, like a lathe and a milling machine, for the battles coming up in the spring. I'm planning to equip some of our squads with guns.
Modernizing our military? Why don't you just build an automatic manufacturing plant?
Actually, I'd like to have the people of this world make their own weapons as much as possible. They need to have a personal stake in this fight.
I get it. If we just hand freedom to them with no sweat and no sacrifice, it won't mean anything.
Exactly. And we have other imperatives we're gonna need Ringo for. We have to quickly build ourselves an aerial defense system.
What? Aerial defense? What are we protecting against? Missiles or something?
Nothing that easy. This world has its own version of aerial warfare, with dragons and bolts of magic. Yesterday, I received a scary report from Shinobu. Heaven's flames, you say?
That's right. It's a tactical spell that apparently has enough force to wipe out an entire city. The governor of the Northern Lands, Oslo El Gustave, used Heaven's flames in the previous war, creating literal seas of fire within the cities of the nations he was battling.
Well, that's not very encouraging. It sounds like he'll do it again. He'll use his Heaven's flames to try and obliterate Dormont.
That's what I'm worried about.
Tsukasa!
Huh? Lirul, why didn't you go back to Elm Village with everyone else?
I just couldn't. I know this whole war started because of me, so I wanted to stay and be useful in some way. Which is why I'm helping to distribute food right now.
I see. Thank you. It's a big help.
Oh, listen, Tsukasa,
What is it?
if you wouldn't mind, could we go somewhere and have lunch together?
No?
I wanted to thank you properly for, for saving me.
I appreciate that, but there's no real need for it. I have a meeting that I need to attend, so I have to get back to the office right away.
Masato, I don't understand Tsukasa's reaction. Do you think he hates me?
Not at all. He's just busy governing.
I hope it's that, but I get the feeling that lately he doesn't even want to be around me.
I'm sure you're wrong.
I figure he must be mad at me since what I did caused this war to take place.
He doesn't blame you for that.
Well then, what is it? Does he find my ears creepy?
Now calm down. You're upset for nothing.
If not that, then what?
Look, it's not anything you did. It's something he did.
So what is it? Why does he treat me like this?
The truth is, he's having trouble facing you because he feels really guilty.
Huh?
When everyone in the village wanted to rush off and rescue you, he spoke up and said the better course of action was to let you go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Please, don't get the wrong idea, though. He felt their pain, and it wasn't because he didn't want to save you. He was just concerned about the repercussions for the village.
Of course, I understand that.
Ever since I've known him, he's prioritized the happiness of the majority, even if it means he has to sacrifice someone precious to him. It's something I don't understand. To be honest, I don't think he gets it either. Or he's just crazy. Either way, he's not gonna change overnight. Give him space and he'll be fine.
I'm sorry. You asked for building age assignments, but that turns out to be difficult. The craftsmen we took with us said they couldn't make them any more precise.
Okay. This is important information for urban improvements. You did a good job with a difficult assignment. You should get some rest. Take tomorrow off.
Thank you very much, sir.
Maybe I have been pushing myself too hard. Yes, who is it?
It's Lirul. Tsukasa, do you have some time right now?
I'm sorry, but I have a busy day tomorrow, and I'm exhausted. I was planning to get to bed early tonight. Could you possibly come back some other time?
Oh, then it's perfect. If you're about to go to bed, then you're done with work for today, right? Sorry to burst in on you.
Is what you want to talk about that urgent?
Yes, it is. I came here to repay you.
Repay me for what, Lirul?
You know very well for what. And I've come here to tell you, I'm willing to do anything.
You don't owe me a single thing. The truth is, it was my suggestion we abandon you.
So I was told. The fact is, I would have done the same thing myself. When I was presented with the option of sacrificing my life to save everyone else in the village, there was never a question as to what I was going to do. And even though it was for the greater good, you came to save me anyway. Doesn't that at least deserve a thank you?
You need to know, I'm really not the good man you think I am, Lirul.
That's not true at all. The fact is, you care about everyone. You've been dedicated to improving the lives of the people in our village. You showed us how to make mayonnaise to sell. You drove off the soldiers who attacked us. When the chief of the forest threatened us, you sent your best fighter out to defeat him and protect our families. After doing all that, how can you think you're not good?
I have to confess something. I killed my own father. When I was young, I admired my father, who was a prominent politician. However, one day, I discovered something horrible. His power was built upon a vast network of corruption. I was completely devastated. This man I had looked up to my entire life turned out to be nothing more than a common thief. I worked with Shinobu and the merchant to expose my father's wrongdoing. He was put on trial, found guilty, and ultimately sentenced to death.
You're his son! How could you have done this?
In making justice for his victims my priority, I didn't consider the consequences to my father, and he paid the ultimate price. To this day, my mother still hates me for what I did. It took me a while, but I understand her feelings. Even though he was a crook, he was still the man she loved. I've tried and tried, but I can't forgive my father for what he did to his victims. I don't understand. Why are you crying?
Sorry, but I just can't help it. Thinking about the guilt you're carrying makes me sad. How do you deal with such a thing? Doesn't it hurt all the time?
Every single day. But it's the price I have to pay if I'm going to be true to myself, as a person and a politician. I'm no saint, but I am determined to uphold a basic code of morality.
I get it. I do.
It's hard to hear, but at least you know the truth about me. What are you doing?
You think because of what you did, you're not worthy of love or respect. Now that I know your history, you expect I'm going to hate you for what you did, but you're wrong. I admire you for standing up for your principles. You can push all you want, Tsukasa, but you're never gonna push me away.
You win. I surrender.
I'm so glad.
In recognition of our new open friendship, I have a challenge for you. Think you can handle it?
What? Is this what you need me to do? Just cradle you?
You did say you'd do anything for me, right? I figure an hour of sleep like this is gonna be worth 3 hours of tossing and turning.
You can sleep here all night. You don't have to limit yourself to just 1 hour.
True, but I'm afraid that would wear your legs out. Don't be afraid to wake me up if you find they start to hurt.
I will.
Thank you, Leroy.
Huh?
You know, for crying for me. All of that made me feel a little better.
Sure.
Is that you, Ringo? That was fast. You mean you're already done? How was your meeting with Tsukasa? I thought you were going to hand over the materials list and consult him on the production schedule. It doesn't seem like you were over there long enough to do that. I mean, you were barely gone. Were you not able to talk to him? I know he's very busy supervising the people who work for the city. Do you need me to come with you next time?
One times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 6 are... I don't understand multiplication. I'll never understand it.
Promise not to look in this direction.
I promise, all right. Just hurry and get washed up.
Oh my. I see you brought our little god to the bath.
Hey! Is everyone in town gonna be dropping by?
Yeah, I posted a general invite. Would you just get in already? I'm on a schedule, little man. I don't have time to listen to all your whining. This is a surprise. Didn't expect to see you, Rue.
Were you all right down there?
Just trying to practice multiplication.
We wouldn't even be here now if Akatsuki hadn't been so freaked out and kept dragging his feet.
I have a right to some privacy! What makes you think it's okay to follow me everywhere?
Don't forget, pal, you're the founder of the Seven Light Faith. And that makes you a revered religious figure. So for your protection, you have to be accompanied by a guard everywhere you go.
Yeah? That doesn't explain why Kana gets to be in the same bath with me!
I'm just here in case you need artificial respiration.
Fat chance of that. Huh? You okay, Rue? You look kind of depressed.
It's just, I can't memorize my times tables.
And what do you have to know those for?
Well, without them, I won't be able to pass my school test on multiplication.
That makes sense. You're training to be a merchant and you have to count money.
She's Masato's apprentice. She has to be sharp.
I'm trying, but the numbers just get all fuzzy. No matter what I do, they fly out of my head.
Watching Rue work so hard reminds me of my own training. I had no patience. I was sure it was a waste of energy. They had me repeating sword moves over and over. I was bored to death and couldn't figure out what the point was.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I had to do my magic tricks endlessly until I got him down. And since I was only perfecting the technique, it was no fun at all.
It was the same for me. I spent most of my school years memorizing books on anatomy and medicine.
So how did all of you manage to get through it?
In my case, I had started learning the Ichijo style of swordsmanship when I was very young. But then something came along that inspired me.
Really? What happened?
I saw a samurai drama called The Much Too Unfettered Shogun, and it made me want to become someone who used her skills to help the powerless.
Oh. What about you?
I always knew. In elementary school, I saw a magic show and said, this is what I want to do.
You.
All right. Ready, Elk? Don't freak. Here's the truth behind the village.
What is this?
They lure travelers to their inn, fill them up on food and drink until they can't move, and then they do this.
They're killing them and stealing all of their money?
I don't think that's all of it. These people feel more like a den of vampires. It looks to me like they're murdering people, then draining their victims dry and eating their flesh.
Wait a minute. Do you mean we just ate?
No, you don't have to worry. What you and I both ate was regular animal meat.
All villagers out of your homes and line up now! The Silver Knight Jean de LeBlanc is here for her weekly inspection. All right, now that everyone has assembled, let's have a greeting!
Thank you very much, sir, for your generosity. Because of you, we commoners can enjoy another happy and productive 24 hours of service. For this blessing, we humbly thank His Imperial Majesty.
What the...
Everyone, continue to stand at attention. All of you have passed. Return to your homes. Stop there, mother and child.
Yes? What is it?
There is dirt on the arm of your daughter's blouse.
As you well know, your attire must always be free of dirt and damage, maintained in a clean and beautiful condition. Anyone who lives within His Imperial Majesty's borders has to maintain these standards.
Bring the child here. We shall administer the punishment.
What's going on? What's the point of all this?
Who knows? Sometimes, compassion is stifled by the authority someone holds over others. And they do things that no normal person would ever be able to understand.
Mother! Mother! Please don't do this! A child's mistake is really the parent's mistake after all! So in this case, please punish me!
You stopped smiling. As the people protected by His Imperial Majesty, you must show your gratitude to him at all times by maintaining a smile. These are the laws of Duke Gustave.
Now smile. That is an order.
What? All this over a little stain on her clothes?
What are you planning to do?
Put a stop to it!
You're going out to protect the people who tried to deceive and murder us earlier?
That girl was different. She tried to warn us. She told us to run. I have to help.
I understand how you feel, Elk. So listen, if you're determined to go through with this, I have a plan. Hello there!
Who the hell are you?
If you keep whipping her like that, she's going to die. So I'd appreciate it if you'd knock it off.
That uniquely shaped weapon is a shuriken. She's a dangerous ninja. Tell me, are you from the Yamato Empire? I guess you've revealed yourself to rescue this young girl. Am I right?
Yes, so would you care to make a deal with me?
What do you have in mind?
Obviously, surrounded by all these men of yours, I'm not likely to win a battle. However, in the process, I'll be able to take over half of them down with me. And that will include you, by the way. But instead, if you promise to immediately stop your cruel treatment of this child, I'll let you capture me without a fight.
Very well. You may release the girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Linda!
Thanks so much.
Seize her at once! We're taking her with us.
You're going to rescue the girl by surrendering?
Right. If I'm lucky, these guys might transport me right to the enemy's doorstep. Take this. Just make sure to tell Tsukasa that I let myself be captured, okay?
Be careful, Shinobu.
Well, this didn't work out quite the way I had hoped. For starters, they didn't take me all the way to their lord's castle, but I should be able to gather some information from this one. I guess one plan would be to break out of these chains, kidnap the Silver Knight, and then force her to tell me everything she knows about Gustave. That would be the most efficient way to handle this.
Open it.
Yes, ma'am. I presume you're gonna torture her?
Leave us. Go outside.
Huh? I could do that if you wish, but don't you think it's dangerous to leave you alone with her?
I can handle myself. Besides, torturing a prisoner is an entertainment. I don't need an audience.
But surely I could be of some assistance, Commander.
Go, now! Unless you would prefer to be carried out.
Right! As you wish, ma'am.
Listen. I know you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but I have to give you fair warning. I'm a shinobi. You want to be careful with me.
Thank you both so much for saving my daughter.
I saw what you keep in the basement. You were all planning to murder us in our sleep, weren't you? And then feast on our bodies.
Can you please forgive us?
That's a stupid request! Why would I do that?
Because we were desperate, we had no choice. Believe me, if we didn't do this, none of us would have survived. Kokonono Village was originally a small farming community. We made our living growing wheat and selling it at open markets. However, when Gustav became our lord, the first thing he did was issue a beautification decree. The end result was, we had to ensure that the people in the streets were maintained in spotless condition at all times, day and night. And of course, all the expenses for that mandate came out of our own pockets. We couldn't get muddy, so we could no longer work the fields, and we had no way to make a living. Eventually, the village was completely penniless. We spent every day fighting against starvation. We ate everything we could possibly eat. And when there was finally nothing left, we did what we had to do in order to survive. Even though we were poor, as long as we were together and had a little bit of food on the table, we could tell ourselves that we were happy. But now I have to face the truth. There's no way around it. I've done despicable acts in the name of survival. There's no way I'll ever be happy again.
I'm afraid what you've done can never be forgiven. But you didn't cause this.
I want to thank you for saving that young girl earlier today. It was a very brave act.
Excuse me, what exactly is going on here?
My name is, in fact, Jean de LeBlanc. I'm an Imperial Silver Knight in service to Count Bloomheart, and a member of the Azure Brigade. We're concerned about the future of this region. Its leader is suspect. If you have come from the Yamato Empire to infiltrate this particular region, then you and the Azure Brigade share a common enemy in Duke Fastidius, also known as Oslo El Gustave. They say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Are you willing to join us? Be part of the resistance and overthrow the Duke?
Oh, just look at it. What a beautiful and radiant form. This golden statue will be a lasting tribute from the people he rules to His Majesty's glory.
Yes, sir. It will be placed at the center of the Grand Fountain in the central plaza of the Imperial capital, where everyone can admire it.
Excellent. Now, let us make 4 more of these and place 1 in each of the regions bordering the Imperial territory. You may start procuring the gold at once.
Oh. Sir, if I may offer my humble opinion, producing just one of these golden statues has placed a very heavy burden upon the residents of your domain. I've heard that it's not uncommon for them to eat the flesh of passing travelers, or their own relatives, to stave off starvation. If we were to try and create 4 more statues while they're in that state, then...
Some people would perish. Is that your concern?
Well, yes, sir.
That would be acceptable. Knights prove their loyalty to His Majesty by taking up arms on his behalf. Similarly, among the upper class, the nobles prove their loyalty through proper governance of the lands they oversee. So then you may ask, how is it possible for low-born peasants to prove their loyalty? There can be but one answer. Only through dying for His Majesty. Hopefully this is now clear to you, Oscar. To other business. Have we finally managed to suppress the rebellion that occurred in Findolf?
Sir, once winter has concluded and the path for our army opens up, 100,000 troops are ready to descend upon the town and its inhabitants.
When winter's concluded, is that right? You're telling me Buckwald and Arclight haven't begun to advance yet?
Well, no.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. You're telling me we have allowed those pests to trample over His Imperial Majesty's sacred land? For more than a month? This is unacceptable! The incompetence of my commanders is a disgrace! Do they know how this is going to make me look in the eyes of His Majesty? I'll be banned from the royal court! I am angry beyond reason. It is time to use Heaven's flames.
Danger. There is danger for the 7 heroes. They are going to be under attack very soon. I need your help in order to protect them. Go to them as soon as you can and channel my guidance. What was that voice? And who are the 7 heroes?
It is time to destroy the pests devouring the lands of Freyagard. They shall all feel the heat of the rage burning inside me!
Help us. Help us. Please. Help us. Emergency! Emergency! Sending an emergency broadcast to all communication terminals. This is not a drill. We have an imminent emergency. Altitude 6,000 meters, distance 200 kilometers. A flying object is rapidly approaching Dormant from the south-southeast.
Ringo, we received the emergency broadcast, but we don't have a description. What's this flying object?
We can't identify it yet. So far, it looks
From
like...
its angle and trajectory, we have a very good idea of its point of origin, that's for sure. It's from somewhere in the Gustav region.
Wait! From what I can track...
This thing is going to land right in the middle of Dormant.
It can only be one thing. Gustav is attacking the city with Heaven's flames. Got it, Ringo?
Leave it to me.
Activate the anti-air missiles!
At your command, Ringo. I regret to report the mission was a complete failure.
But why?
I can't be sure, but I suspect it's protected by some kind of magic.
If that turns out to be true, it'll be very difficult to destroy.
Ringo, were there any changes to the object's flight path and predicted landing point after you intercepted it?
Hold on. I'm calculating now. It's been diverted to a residential neighborhood in the southeastern block.
Here's what you need to do. Keep firing missiles so we can deflect it even further from populated areas. The more, the better.
Okay then, I'll do that. But do you really think this will work?
I've spent the last month researching, and I've uncovered a lot about the Heaven's Flames weapon. I suspect this device is closer to a flamethrower than an explosive. That means it has to completely blanket an area to do any real damage. So we need to avoid a direct hit. Fire those missiles!
Got it. Here goes. Bear Rabbit, your assignment is to redirect that object into the ocean outside the city.
There! the trick! Launching now! No way! It evaded the intercept! We can't stop it! It's going to hit us! There!
Isn't that the weapon of Duke Fastidious? Heaven's flames?
I've heard of that. It destroys everything. What are we going to do?
There's nothing we can do. The fires are spreading. We need to escape.
What about the people out there? Shouldn't we be trying to help them?
Do not panic! I am Akatsuki, god of the Seven Light Faith. Try to remain calm. Dormont has suffered a sneak attack by the Empire. They want to destroy the city and the people who lead it. They're determined to enslave the populace. But fear not! Representatives of the Seven Light Faith will help fight this vicious offensive. We're here to protect you.
Gentlemen, I invoke Section 2 of the Emergency Manual.
We've prepared for this possibility. The manual lists the steps to be taken in this situation. It's extremely detailed. The necessary manpower and supplies are in place. You just have to remain calm and carry out your tasks. People will look to you for reassurance. Don't let them down. It's your responsibility as the leaders of this city. Don't worry. I know you can handle this.
Coordinate with the trading company to distribute blankets.
Understood, sir.
And you should go secure our important documents.
Yes, sir.
I'll coordinate the evacuation. Let's go.
Sir!
Ringo?
Tsukasa, are you okay?
Yes, we weren't hit.
Ringo, I'm sorry to keep asking, but I need more help.
Sure. What can I do?
What the hell? Why is this happening? It makes no sense!
Gustav must have lost his mind! There are Imperial nobles like us still here in the city!
Wait a minute, I know you. You're Zest Bernard.
I happened to be passing. You boys okay?
And why would you rescue us after you left to join the rebel army?
I did it to advance the kind of world we're trying to establish here.
Huh?
A world where everyone is free to choose how they want to live and even how they want to die. In this new world to come, there won't be an upper class or a lower class.
That's ridiculous, you're kidding.
On the contrary, I'm quite serious. That's the world the Seven Light Faith is trying to build.
Now I understand. You made the streets wider to prevent fire spreading from house to house.
Indeed. It's the only way to control situations like these.
Good work, Tsukasa. It's working. Looks like the fire stopped progressing for now.
A cunning trick, you insects. But it's useless against my power. You shall not so easily escape my wrath!
What are those creatures?
They combusted the guy!
Now you see the power I am prepared to unleash on this city. Each of you shall pay for the sins of defying me. I warn you now, say your prayers while you still have the chance, because you're all about to die!
This guy's not kidding around.
Gather up all the wounded and evacuate to the main park!
This isn't good.
It's not over yet. I have one more idea.
Listen, everyone! I was able to get here in time. There's a way to disable Heaven's flames. It's Gustav's lance. It binds the fire spirits. It's the key that allows the flames to spread. The power lies within that artifact. You see what I'm saying?
If we can find a way to break through to that lance and destroy it, Gustav is finished.
Yes, that's right.
Makes sense. But how did you come by this information, Lirul?
I wish I could tell you.
You don't know?
It suddenly popped into my head. It was like someone whispered it into my ear. The moment I saw those flames, and then those fire creatures, it's like I'd seen them before and knew what kind of spell it was. How can I explain it? Suddenly everything about this attack was clear in my mind. You have to trust me. Unless we're able to destroy Gustav's weapon, the flames will continue chasing us forever. And eventually they'll consume us. I'm telling the truth.
I believe you.
Thank you, Tsukasa.
Whatever happened out there got you so afraid and confused that you went into a state of shock. But somehow, in spite of that, you found the strength to come here and try to save everybody who survived the attack. How could I not believe someone so certain of the truth?
Everything is in place!
Excellent. Tell me this, are there any remaining missiles?
I'm afraid there's only one left. That's all we had time to build.
Wait a minute. Are you really serious about this? It's our one last line of defense.
We have no other choice.
We couldn't destroy that lance before. How do you expect to do it now?
The strength of a magic spell is proportional to the number of spirits it commands. For a spell of this scale, the number of spirits and the strength of their concentration was likely immeasurable. That's why we weren't able to penetrate its defenses. But
The fire spirits that were attached to Heaven's flames are now scattered throughout the city and are more vulnerable. It gives us an opening to get to the lance.
that's right. So?
I understand, but listen. With so much fire burning around it, I'm afraid the targeting system might fail.
The lance is stuck in the ground, so our anti-air radar system won't be of any use.
Then why not have Bear Rabbit attach himself to the missile and guide it directly?
Warning, that's dangerous! If I get near it and I'm exposed to such high heat, my circuit boards will simply melt away.
So that's out. We'll have to find some other way to guide that missile to make sure it hits home. All right. I'll guide it in.
I hate to ask the obvious, but how exactly?
Since we're not able to use our radar system, I'll just run alongside and manually force the missile to hit its target.
What?
Even for you, that's pretty ambitious.
I'm aware. But you know me. Do you think I would take on something like this? If I didn't think I could pull it off? What other choice do we have?
All right, good point. If anyone can do it, I have to believe it's you.
Okay, Ringo. I'm all set here on my end.
One-minute warning, ready to launch!
the speed of that missile.
How the hell can her legs maintain that velocity? Well, one way or another, it looks like she's gonna be able to make this work.
Hold on. She just started. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
She's incredible.
Oh no. That path is blocked.
I see that.
But she's still cut off. She has to get back on track somehow. There! I can see the target now.
All right, a straight line to ground zero.
Not so fast. I'm on to you. This is as close as you get. You'll never penetrate my defenses. Give up now! Where are you hiding, you insignificant worm? I'll vaporize you!
I see it! Set it now, Ringo!
You're locked on.
I will destroy you!
Arch of Void. Do light draft! Take him down!
No way! This is impossible! I cannot be defeated!
She did it!
Very good. You're amazing.
Honestly, that girl just never ceases to surprise me.
Finally, the flames are dying out.
These are the fire spirits. They've been released from their curse.
Thank you for freeing us from our captivity. We are eternally grateful.
They're free now and they're thanking us. It's wonderful.
You can hear them? The voices of all these spirits?
Yes. They were in so much pain, it was awful. They were crying help, and we don't want to do this. But now, they've been freed. They won't try to burn the city down.
That's good news. One more thing. Thank you on behalf of all of us. The truth is, it was your personal courage and bravery that kept us from destruction. You're amazing.
But still, there were a lot of people we weren't able to save.
Believe me, none of that was your responsibility. If you have regrets about it, that it was somehow your fault, then you're wrong.
Huh?
Fact of the matter is, this war, this whole process of a people's revolution against a feudal system was always guaranteed to happen at some point in history. Even if Elm Village hadn't started this fight for freedom and equality, there's no question that someone else would have done it. It was inevitable. I know this, a nation that can slaughter its own citizens so mercilessly is doomed to destruction. What we need to do now is make sure none of these sacrifices were in vain. We have to stay the course and see this battle through to the end. It's the only way we'll be able to create a future that saves countless more lives. I hope you'll help.
I will. Tsukasa, there's something you need to know. I heard a voice in my head before all this commotion started. I was suddenly filled with all this knowledge about magic, and I could hear the spirit's voices clearly.
It must be the same entity from before.
Yes, there's a lot I don't understand, but I think my ability might be knowledge of magic and the power to hear the voices of the spirits as they call out to me. So now, I feel it's time for me to start studying magic. If I do that, I might be able to help fight alongside you. If whatever is speaking to me is somehow related to whatever it is that brought you all here to this world, then I might be able to discover a way to return you to where you came from. What do you think?
Yes, I have to agree. You could be a huge help to us.
All hail God Akatsuki! Thank you, Lord, for saving us!
Praise be to the Seven Light Faith!
I actually need that ear.
Tell me you're not serious. He already launched Heaven's Flames at you?
That's right.
And you all survived? I heard it was really dangerous, some kind of doomsday weapon.
That's an accurate description. But luckily we were able to limit the damage to 1/3 of the city. However, if he comes at us again, I'm not sure we'll be able to hold him off.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that. For him to be able to use that particular tactical spell, he has to spend a large amount of time binding the fire spirits. It's not like he can just turn around and regenerate the magic.
Lucky for us.
I'm so humiliated by all this. I'm supposed to be the great undercover operative who finds out what the enemy is up to before he launches any kind of surprise attack, and I was caught totally off guard. I can't believe he did this without coordinating the offensive with his commanders ahead of time. What kind of general operates so impulsively? I hope all his hair falls out.
That ought to scare him into submission. I expect he'll surrender now.
He'll be known as Duke Baldy.
Well, at least it's over for now. More important is this resistance you found. What was it you called them? The Azure Brigade, correct? They could be helpful. We need to exploit that contact. Continue feeding me any strategic information. But please be careful. Fact is, we don't know if they can be trusted yet.
We need more insight into their motivations and inner workings.
You're right. I'll text you whatever info I'm able to find out.
I'm counting on it.
I could hear Shinobu from across the courtyard. She sounded upset.
Yeah, she was kicking herself for being a step behind.
That's my girl. By the way, thanks to you setting up that infrastructure plan, it looks like we won't have any big delays in rebuilding the city.
That's good news. Merchant. Just as these events all started taking place, Lirul heard a voice. It directed her to guide the 7 heroes, just like before.
Oh? This is getting spooky.
Yeah, after what happened in Findolf. I've been wondering about their real agenda.
Well, from her actions, she doesn't seem to be an enemy, although there's no proof she's an ally.
Yeah, and now that we're going through with this People's Revolution, getting help on how we can return to Earth isn't as big a priority as it was before.
You're right. After this incident, the Empire is sure to make a move to take us down. Do you have a plan?
Actually, I do.
Tsukasa. First modernized weapon squad reporting for duty. We have 50 men ready for deployment.
Let's get right to it. Put them in position for a first strike.
What did you say? You're bearing down on a date with Tsukasa?
Whoa, take it easy. It's not a date. He just asked if I'd go out with him.
That's what normal people call a date, Ringo! It's 2 humans go out somewhere and have a good time together!
But truth is, I've never been on a date in my whole life. I don't have any idea what I'm supposed to do. I mean, what if he thinks I'm boring? That would be horrible. It's too scary.
Maybe I should just turn him down.
What do you mean? You have a chance to impress him! It's a great opportunity! Are you just gonna stand there and let Leroy steal Tsukasa from you?
No way. I can do this. But I need help.
Have I got this right? You want to know how to get a lot closer to a man? No problem. I can help with that. I've had many successful encounters with beings of the opposite gender.
Really? What's your secret?
Oh, nothing very difficult. I happen to have a talented pair of lips.
You know how to use them to hold on to a man?
I've had about a 70% success rate at resuscitation. Huh? Of course, there's not much that can be done when the wounds are too severe. In that case, you just have to hold their hands while they fight to survive. If they make it, a deep bond forms between warriors, no matter which side they're on. I guess you could call it mutual respect, from one soldier to another.
Do you know a way to get closer without fighting for your life each time, with less blood?
Well, you could try getting in the ring and sparring around with them. If you do that, the most effective thing to aim for is their groin. I recommend grabbing them by the testicles.
What?
The secret is to get a good grip on the family jewels. At that point, even the toughest guy will be completely incapacitated. See?
Well, thank you. I'll keep your advice in mind.
Don't let them overpower you, Ringo. You want respect? Remember what I said. When they've got you on the ropes, go for the balls!
You want to know how to start a relationship with a man?
Uh-huh.
Here's what worked for me. When you finally meet a person you like, go see some beautiful scenery together, share some delicious food, and use the time to get to know each other. And after a while, once the two of you have grown close to one another, that's when you let him have it with a chloroform.
What?
Yes, you soak a handkerchief in it until it's good and wet, then you simply place it over his nose and mouth until he passes out. After that, you take him somewhere out of public view where you can strip off his pants and underwear. After that, it's easy. You just practice what you learned about in sex ed class. Was my advice helpful to you?
For the future, absolutely. What do I do? I don't know who to talk to.
You seem troubled, Ringo.
Huh? Is that you, Shinobu?
Nin! I understand. So this is all about Tsukasa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, girl, you've come to the right person. I'm very skilled in the art of coaxing a man into a trap and then keeping him from escaping.
I don't want to entrap him. I was just hoping he and I could have a normal relationship.
You're so naive, Ringo. Love is a hunt.
You mean with weapons?
Yes, except the weapons in this case are you and your skills. And the object is capture and release. I intend to teach you some ninja magic, young woman. Nin!
I was just hoping for some dating advice.
First thing you need to remember. It's an iron rule. You must go to the rendezvous spot earlier than the man, so you can check it out.
I'm doing as you instructed, Shinobu. So now what? There he is! Today, I'm a love hunter. Me. Kapow!
Oh, there you are. What are you doing back there, hiding? Good thing I looked around. I almost missed you. Your face is a little red. Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's probably just a sunburn.
Are you sure? We could do this another time.
No, really, I feel okay. Let's go on the tour.
It should be interesting. I know it's a little bit early to eat, but maybe we could get lunch at that place you told me about.
Sure.
It's gonna be hard to tour if we're recognized everywhere.
So, what should we do?
Wait a minute. Here I am. So, what do you think?
He looks so awesome! He's cool and cute at the same time! He's even more attractive than he is in his normal clothes!
Ringo? Hello, Ringo.
You look very good in that outfit!
You really think so? Thanks for that. By the way, you're looking pretty cute yourself.
Thanks, Tsukasa!
Look at them.
So pretty.
Beautiful.
Are they Byuma nobles?
They light up the square.
Uh-huh.
Looks like we're still attracting attention, but it shouldn't interfere with our tour.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm so intimidated. He probably thinks I'm terrible company.
Listen, Ringo. When the time's right, you can't lose your nerve. You need to line up your target, pull the trigger, and bag your trophy.
I have to get in the right frame of mind. Today, I'm a love hunter. The first thing I should do is to find some way to casually take hold of his hand.
If you find it too difficult to make that move yourself, then your only alternative is to try the nuclear option. You pretend to slip, and being a gentleman, he'll grab your hand to keep you from falling. You win. You've now accomplished your objective. You walk down the street holding hands like lovers.
If I don't do this, I won't be able to get close to him. So I have to do it.
Are you all right? What happened?
It's okay. I must have just slipped.
I see. These streets are bumpy. But don't worry, we're here.
What?
This is it, right? The place you were telling me about the other day?
Yes, it is. What a lucky break. Minor setback. It'll be fine. I tried my best. I can still recover and make this work.
Step 2! This is what I call the indirect kiss event. First, you pick out a restaurant where you're sitting at a counter right next to each other. Make sure you're on Tsukasa's dominant side, where he would place his drink. This is very important for the move that happens next. You casually place your drink cups very close to each other so he can't tell which is which. And when you grab his cup and place your lips on it, it's an indirect kiss!
That's an idea I would never have come up with, but I understand what Shinobu's getting at, so I'm gonna try it. All I have to do is get his cup before he notices. Huh? Wait. He grabbed my cup! We're just swapping spots!
Are you trying to tell me something? Ringo! What's happening? Did something go down the wrong way? Can you breathe? Talk to me, please!
Congratulations, Dr. Ohoshi. Your research into genetics has resulted in you giving birth to the prodigy of the century.
Ringo, it's time to eat.
Ringo Ohoshi is the youngest person in history to have received this award. Her contributions to science and technology are almost beyond measure.
Ringo, I'm so very proud to have you as my daughter.
Constructing the super high-efficiency solar panels using the liquid metal I invented last week. Also, I helped out with the RRM system you were working on and was able to finish it for you.
What?
Is something wrong?
Quit bragging about your achievements! You're a freak of nature!
I'm sorry. I don't understand. I must be doing something wrong. Maybe if I figure it out, she'll go back to being nice to me again. I just have to try harder. Mother, please don't go! I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry!
You've turned into a monster. I never should have had you.
I have no friends or family. Why am I even alive?
Excuse me. You're Ringo Ohoshi, right? I heard you were really good at fixing things. I don't want to bother you, but I wonder if I could ask a favor? This watch is broken. Even when it's fully wound up, the hands won't move. I was hoping you could look at it for me.
Huh? Why did you come to me?
Because it's easy for you, right? I hate to ask, but it's something very precious that my father gave me. Thanks so much. You're fantastic. If it's not too much trouble, I was hoping I could ask you to fix this as well. I appreciate it.
I don't get it. I don't even know that boy. So why does he keep bringing me broken things to fix day after day? I wonder where you are now, Mother. You never call. I miss you. Well, Mr. Computer, I'm sure you don't want to be put out to pasture just yet. So what seems to be your problem? I see what's going on. The material they used for the frame is affecting the sound quality. Repairing the circuit inside won't resolve the issue. I need to replace these components so they're more compatible. Phooey, those parts are out of production. I guess I'll just have to make them myself. I'm sorry. I can't fix things for you anymore. I want to devote my time to inventing. I want to build things from scratch.
I see. I'm glad to hear it.
Why was he smiling when I said I couldn't fix things for him anymore?
I'm sorry to keep asking for your help, Mikogami.
Don't worry, it's fine. But I did want to come by and talk to you. I'm afraid I can't help from now on. My resource isn't going to be available anymore.
Oh, that's too bad. Thank her for what she's done so far. She is amazing. I hope she realizes what a talent she has.
I think she does now.
Wait a minute. He was bringing me all that work just so I would realize my potential as an inventor?
Thank goodness. You're finally awake.
looks like some kind of epidemic.
It's a bacterial infection, and it can easily lead to death. Kane says it's something she calls septicemia.
Please, Doctor, do something for my daughter.
I'm sorry, we've completely run out of the miracle water.
That can't be.
Miracle water?
It's a medicine Kane was able to create that she calls antibiotics. We've had so many patients, we can't produce enough to treat them all.
Mama, where are you?
It's okay. I'm right here, sweetheart.
It hurts. Please make it stop.
Godakatsuki! Can you do something to save my daughter, please? I'm begging you!
This is horrible. They're so desperate, and I don't have the power to save them.
What a cold-hearted god you must be.
Just imagine abandoning an ailing child.
It's a scenario the devil might have dreamed up.
Apparently, the god of the Seven Light Faith has no intention of saving the people who suffer from this plague.
And who are these people?
They're members of the medical guild here in Gustav.
Indeed. I'm the head of the medical guild, Count Sorrentius. Would you like us to save your daughter?
How?
If you use this secret medicine, within moments you'll be able to relieve your child of her pain.
What? You know that won't cure her. It's dangerous.
Wait, I'll try anything. Whatever it takes to save my child.
That's impossible. I'm afraid our hands are tied. The use of our secret opium medicine has been strictly forbidden by the angel Kane, on direct orders of the Seven Light Faith.
That's so cruel.
Don't blame us. We're victims as well. Blame the Seven Light Faith, which leaves the ill to suffer.
You bastards! Now listen to me, humans. No one said we would not save this child. Of course we're going to save her! And before we're through, we will have saved all the other patients as well! It will happen through the miracle of the healing power I bestowed on my angel Kane!
What?
Akatsuki speaks the truth, as I will now demonstrate.
Kane, you're here!
Oh, really? How will you do that? You're out of your miracle water, aren't you?
That's right. At the moment, I can't supply the necessary amount of penicillin, or what you have referred to as miracle water. For that reason, I'll be making all the medicine we need with this.
From that, what do you have there? You're going to make your medicine from a piece of coal.
You gonna feed them pebbles? At least they won't be deficient in their minerals.
You're ambitious. However, if your medicine somehow fails to work, I guess you'll have no choice but to lift the ban on our opium, won't you?
You think? Don't hold your breath.
I think you've cured her. Thank you.
Listen, all I've done is ease her symptoms, but a person's will to live is very strong. So don't give up, and take care of your daughter until I can get her the medicine she needs.
Yes.
Sorry, you guys, but that so-called doctor was ticking me off, and I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh, forget about it. That guy's a big blowhard. If you hadn't said anything, I was about to.
Tell me, Kane, can you really make medicine from coal? It sounds kinda crazy to me.
It's not crazy. I can make the miracle drug that once defeated septicemia. It was called the magic bullet back then.
Did I hear right? We're gonna try to make this medicine ourselves?
I mean, isn't it better to have Ringo handle something like this?
Maybe. However, she's not available right now. She's working on some secret project.
Sorry you had to wait for me!
What brings you here?
I need her. I want to borrow her magic powers to complete this process.
Oh, really?
Yes. I had a long talk with Tsukasa and Ringo about this. We think that magic in this world is a technology that acts upon substances at an atomic level. So controlling the chemical reactions of substances, or manufacturing medicines in this case, should be possible.
If my magic can help, then I'm all for it.
Well then, I think we should get started. First, we have to steam the coal, which is necessary to separate out the coke and the coal tar.
Right. There's something black and syrupy in the cauldron.
That's good. Now the next step is to heat up that coal tar and transfer the steam from it to the cauldron on the right.
Like this?
Well done. That liquid is called benzene.
It's pretty.
If you breathe in too much of it, you'll die, so please be careful.
Aren't we making medicine?
Do you really think this is gonna work?
Truthfully, I have no idea.
Next, we're going to use this. It's sulfuric acid. It'll burn through your skin if you touch it, so be very careful.
If that's true, you should handle it!
Next, we pour in this container of ammonia water.
That stuff's awful. It smells just like pee.
Yes. And the reason for that is because it's like incredibly condensed pee.
Wait, this is weird. Are you sure I'm actually making medicine?
Oh yes, you are. All right, it's finished.
You mean that condensation is it?
That's right. This was history's first synthesized antimicrobial. The magic bullet, sulfonamide. All right, people. I want you to administer this new medicine to every patient.
On it.
My baby!
Temperature, pulse, and breathing have all stabilized. She should be fine now.
Thank you, Angel. Your medicine saved my daughter.
It helped, but the truth of the matter is, you saved her. Sulfonamide is only able to stop the growth of pathogens. It was Melinda's strength and vitality that were able to defeat the pathogens that were already in her system. And the source of that strength and vitality was due in no small part to your encouragement. I'd say the two of you won this battle together. Looks like we might have a spy.
I can't believe she created medicine from a rock.
If she keeps this up, we're going to be out of business.
How do we fight this?
From what you said, the medicine was concocted by their mage woman, right?
Yes, that's what I was told.
Then isolate the girl and threaten her. Get her to change that medicine into poison. Torture her. Do whatever it takes. Once patients start dying from the Seven Light Faith's medicine, both their power and reputation will be destroyed.
You're so predictable. I suspected you would try this maneuver. Evening, gentlemen. Hope you don't mind the intrusion.
What are you doing here?
I don't understand. Why are you all so jumpy? I just came here to have a little chat.
What's this? I can't move! What are you planning to do?
I told you. I just came by to talk. But that communication might end up being directly through your brain. Did you know it's possible to change a person's opinions, personality, and anything else to suit your needs? It turns out it's easy when you tinker with their brain cells.
Look, you win, all right? I'll give up trying to oppose you, and I'll become your faithful servant. Just spare me, please!
Don't be such a fraidy cat. The anesthesia will kick in soon.
You're a demon.
Oh yes, that's right. As you're about to discover, that label suits me far better than Angel. To be honest, I despise God so much, I wish I had the power to destroy him. As a doctor, I've thought about this many times, and I keep coming to the same conclusion. If God had only created mankind with proper, healthy minds and bodies, then we would never have to suffer from diseases or wars. I find our predicament unforgivable. How could our creator be so incompetent? How could that spirit invest such dominant beings with so many flaws? Since he refuses to answer, I've decided to correct his obvious ineptitude. I will grant those weak bodies destined for death an alternative path to eternal life. I will transform weak minds that hurt others into healthy ones that support those around them. It will take time to build this utopia, but in doing so, I will eventually create a world where everyone is free of human deficiencies.
Thank you, guys!
I'm so glad you're doing better, Melinda! A patient smile is the greatest reward of all. Don't you agree?
I do indeed.
Wonderful! Our medical guild is behind you. We'll support the Seven Light Faith with all our power. So, lots of work to do!
I heard his values had changed a lot after he was attacked by robbers in his mansion. But he's like a different person now, and it's kind of creepy.
You should try to get along with him, though. After all these years, he's apparently seen the light.
It's been a long time, Count Conrad.
I'm truly grateful that you've made time in your busy schedule to see me, General Nero, under the circumstances.
Don't be such a nervous Nelly. I'm not going to punish the Azure Brigade. While I acknowledge Gustav's loyalty to His Majesty, I must say, it doesn't excuse his treatment of his subjects. Allowing the populace to starve was unacceptable. The Azure Brigade simply removed and killed a rapacious predator. That's well within the Empire's policy of survival of the fittest. You could even say it's commendable.
Thank you.
The Seven Light Faith is the problem. They seem determined to destroy the Empire from within. I must tell you, I've heard rumors that the Azure Brigade has been working with them.
We had no choice.
I already knew that. The Azure Brigade currently lacks the forces to fight against the Seven Light Faith. Am I right?
Yes, Your Grace.
We can remedy that by providing you with a secret weapon. This is my adjutant, Tanganyika. Why don't you show the gentleman your power?
That looks like Gustav's weapon, Heaven's Flames.
Very observant. In fact, it is Heaven's Flames.
He can call up that lethal weapon as easily as Gustav did?
Oh, yes. And I'm prepared to make him available when your brigade confronts the Seven Light Faith. I'll even send 10,000 troops as reinforcements. With that much power on your side, you should be able to overcome those upstart rebels and destroy them completely.
Yes, we will eliminate those impudent fools for defying our might, in the name of the Emperor.
His Imperial Majesty Lindworm, to whom we pledge our allegiance, the one man who stands above all others across these lands. The days of the Seven Light Faith, which proclaims false gods and preaches equality for all, are numbered, my friend.
Looks like you finished it. Thank you so much, Ringo.
You're welcome, but I have to ask, do you really think it's a good idea to bring such a powerful weapon into this world?
Before I answer, let me ask you something. What do you imagine it takes to create a nation?
I'm not really sure.
Nothing at all.
What?
Let me give you an example. Let's say some children build a secret base and then declare that base to be their own nation. At that moment, we've witnessed a nation founded by children.
That's all it takes?
Not quite. Of course, the nearby adults won't stand for something they consider nonsense. They'll destroy the secret base and scold the children. The nation will then collapse. The fact of the matter is, it's very easy to found a nation, but it takes massive power to maintain its sovereignty.
I make you this solemn vow, Count Bloomheart. I will make sure the Azure Brigade you created stays true to your vision. We will change the Empire into a nation where people can live humanely. Is that you, Reisenach? I thought you headed out to help rebuild the impoverished villages.
I finished up that assignment much sooner than expected.
Where is Count Conrad?
He left earlier to go to his meeting.
Really? I'm surprised you didn't go with him as his bodyguard.
He didn't need me. I was given other orders, actually. Well now, you're pretty fast on your feet.
Reisenach! What the hell are you doing?
As I said, I'm following orders. To kill you.
Why me? What's the point?
Don't anybody interfere. I'll take her down myself. You can't dodge me forever! Shoot her!
Reisenach, you're a coward!
Shut up already!
Have you no pride at all as a knight?
Both the Lord and his retainer are so naive. Bloomheart said the exact same thing just before he died. Have I no pride as a knight? Ha!
How do you know what his last words were?
Do I have to spell it out for you? How dense can you be? I know because I'm the one who killed Bloomheart. But I do agree with one thing. Gustav went too far. If you kill off the peasants, who are you supposed to squeeze for taxes?
You scumbag! You'll pay for this!
You know, it'd be a waste to just kill her.
Sure, have at her.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I can't wait to hear her screaming.
Die, you bastard!
What?
Looks like I got here just in the nick of time. Well, hello! It's been a while, Jean.
Shinobu?
Looks to me like someone's decided to get rid of all the doves in the Azure Brigade. And if that's true, the Azure Brigade has decided to rejoin the Empire and fight the Seven Light Faith.
You're too smart for your own good.
Thank you, Shinobu. But why?
Because you're my friend. You ready to take this guy out?
Yes.
You little shits. An extra opponent isn't gonna change the outcome!
John! I've seen that sword before.
Yes. It originally belonged to Count Bloomheart. I asked if I could have it, as a memento after the last battle.
I know you two were close. You really looked up to him, didn't you?
Whatever kind of woman I am today is a direct result of being trained by the Count.
There's something I want you to see, Jean.
I can't believe this whole complex exists beneath Uranus Castle.
It's an underground shelter only a few people know about. That makes it the perfect place to hide secrets.
What kind of secrets? It's the golden statue.
Conrad's been telling people he didn't know where it went, but obviously he spirited it away and hid it here.
This abomination was created by literally starving the people until they had nothing left. He was willing to sell us out. Count Bloomheart warned us. He said the current empire was immoral. He said survival of the fittest may be a law of nature, but it makes us no different than animals. He always told me we needed to rise up and support one another as humans. The Azure Brigade was founded on those ideals, but look what's happened. What have we become?
The Azure Brigade may have lost its way, but those ideals are still alive. They remain as strong as ever, deep within your heart. You come along with me. Our team has a place for you in this fight. We believe in the nobility of the individual.
I see clearly now. To carry on the ideals of Count Bloomheart, and to defend the vision we shared, I'll join forces with you.
Quick, hide! That's Marquis Conrad. But who's that with him? Wait a minute. It can't be. You come along with me. Our team has a place for you in this fight. We believe in the nobility of the individual.
I see clearly now. To carry on the ideals of Count Bloomheart, and to defend the vision we shared. I'll join forces with you.
Quick, hide! That's Marquis Conrad. But who's that with him? Wait a minute. It can't be.
Here is something you've never seen before, I'll bet. It's completely unique. A statue made of pure gold.
I see you've broken off a piece of it.
Yes, such a huge mass of gold is beautiful to look at, but not very practical. No merchant would pay what it's worth, and because it's been molded in the shape of the Emperor, there's no market to sell it to anyone.
So you broke it in order to line your pockets. Hear me now, Marquis Conrad. Since His Majesty has always valued competition and survival of the fittest, I was not going to punish you for betraying me. However, to take a hammer and damage a statue bearing even a poor resemblance of His Majesty is unforgivable.
Wait, it can't be you!
You're a traitorous dog who thinks of none but himself!
Duke Gustav, I thought you were dead!
I could never die while poisonous insects that defy His Majesty's will still roam free within his garden. General Nero's secret arts have revived me. I am here to wreak vengeance on our enemies, and I have brought the flames of hell with me!
What's that thing in his chest?
You will be the next to feel my wrath.
Come on, run for it!
You won't escape me.
What is that?
He's gonna kill everyone!
Tsukasa, we've got big trouble. Duke Gustav's still alive. By the looks of it, he's gotten way more powerful than he was the last time we fought him. He's attacked Uranus Castle, and everyone inside is going up in flames. Huh? How soon?
All right, I got it. Shinobu, what is it?
Jean! Come on, we gotta move!
Right behind you.
Yes, I can feel it! Such powerful magic! It's like nothing I've ever known. With the power I command, I'll be the perfect weapon for His Majesty. Nothing could bring me greater joy than demonstrating the depth of my devotion! It doesn't matter where you rebels run and hide. I will hunt you down and make you pay! There will be nothing left of you to find. I will burn away every hair and every fragment of bone! My heaven's flame will erase you from the history of this world!
He's completely destroyed Uranus Castle. I can't believe it. Look at his power. There's nothing we can do to stop him.
You're wrong. That wasn't Gustav. The Seven Light Faith did that. They attacked the castle from their headquarters in Dormant.
What did you just say? From all the way to the north?
The Empire isn't the only one capable of launching an attack of mass destruction across multiple domains. If it became necessary, we could wipe out the Imperial capital itself, using a weapon we call God's Thunderbolt. It would be launched from Findolf, and they would never see it coming.
What's causing that fire?
It's burning up the sky.
I guess Tsukasa had no choice but to launch the thing.
I'm scared, Master. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do. It's a beacon.
What's a beacon?
Well, I guess you could say it's a kind of signal flare to announce that we've entered a new era. From now on, a lot of things will be different. For instance, we won't be earning gold coins anymore. We'll be printing our own money. You'll have to get used to it, but you'll find it's lots of fun.
Confirming the missile hit ground zero.
Then we've reached our goal. Thank you, Ringo. It means we're ready to found our nation. I have to tell you something. This is all on me. You bear no responsibility. The tactical magic that burned down half of Dormant was threatening us once again, and had to be dealt with. Once we establish our nation, we'll need to create a treaty forbidding its use in the future. However, for that to happen, we first have to prove to our opponents that we have a destructive power that's equal to theirs. After all, if they have no reason to fear us, there would be no serious basis for negotiations. At this point, we've provided clear evidence of that power and our willingness to strike back. Hopefully this will convince them that it's useless to keep attacking us. If not... we may have to go to war. But for now at least, we have a chance to bring some happiness to this world.
I see what he was up to when he asked for my help.
There's something I need from you, and it's important.
He purposefully phrased his request in such a way that he would take all the responsibility, and I would be blameless for whatever damage or casualties resulted from my work. He was hoping the other side would see reason, that it wouldn't come to the point where the weapon had to be used. Now he's beating himself up that he couldn't find a way to avoid it, and a lot of people died as a result. You don't need to take all this on by yourself. I'm sure that if there were options, you would have gladly taken them. I left you no choice. The truth is, you're a good person.
Thanks for that. It means a lot.
What's going on? Why have we been summoned?
I don't have any idea. Nobody else does either. But the angels wanted everyone to gather here for an important announcement.
This is Gatakatsuki! You have done well to answer our summons! I need everyone's full attention! For all the followers of the Seven Light Faith, we have an important divine message to pass on! Angel Tsukasa, step forward!
As many of you know, our ally, the Azure Brigade, was attacked without warning by the Empire just a few days ago. In response, we fought back, eventually releasing God's Thunderbolt in retribution. As a result, we annihilated the enemy forces. After that, we sat down with the Azure Brigade and reached an agreement. They have surrendered their rule over the land of Gustav. As of this moment, the Seven Light Faith now holds sovereignty over 4 northern lands: Findolf, Buckwald, Arclide, and Gustav. We will protect these territories against any further aggression from the Empire. Be assured of this, however. It is not the desire of the Seven Light Faith to rule over you. Far from it. Ultimately, our goal is for you to rule over yourselves with equality for all free men and women. But to make that happen, you will need to establish one thing. A nation! A real one, not like the Freyagard Empire, where everything belongs to a single emperor and a handful of nobles maintain their status quo through force of arms. I'm talking about something else. Something new. A nation owned by all. Run by people elected to office. A republic! I understand you may be confused by this unfamiliar term, but trust me, it's the culmination of freedom.
You know how unjust it is when a select few people have control over you. How unfair it is to be cheated out of the rewards of your labor. Are you willing to pass that injustice on to your children? To have them become slaves to a monarchy? Is that the legacy you want to leave them?
Yeah, he makes sense.
I want my kids to have a better life than I've had.
Then each of you must rise up and throw off the shackles of servitude. To that end, we of the Seven Light Faith will be here to help.
You heard him. Akatsuki will help us.
And the angels as well.
So let me ask each of you this question. Are you fully prepared to step forward as individuals and fight for your own freedom and equality? Are you willing to take a stand this day to defend your rights and preserve your human dignity? Well then, from this moment forward, the Seven Light Faith proclaims, this new nation will now be known as the Elm Republic!
It can't be!
Evacuate everyone, quickly!
Try not to panic!
Go quickly, now!
To Gustav, how in the world?
The time has come to die. I will destroy all of you.
No human could survive that missile.
It's over. There's no escaping me. Time to die!
What is that thing?
I'm going to send all of you straight to hell! Now die!
Watch it, everyone! Stay well back! Shinobu! Owie! Target that big gem on his chest! I can feel it generating a strong wave of energy. It's the source of his power, I'm sure of it. Destroy it, and he'll go down! Understood!
Those who defy me shall be consumed by fire. Burn, you rebel scum!
Art of strength, foe slaying flash! That's not good.
So, it's not Akatsuki. I should have known. You're the rebel leader.
What do you mean?
Don't try playing me for a fool. You've been calling the shots all along. You pretend to be nothing more than an acolyte, a mere servant of a false god, powerless before the acts of his faithful followers. But I see you for what you really are, a self-proclaimed champion of the so-called common man. How can you seriously preach equality for all? They can no more govern themselves than fly. They have always been doomed. Don't you remember how quickly they turned on you when you couldn't fulfill every promise? How their allegiance was so easily abandoned?
Shut up!
You know most of these people are no better than cattle. They aren't worth the effort you're expending to raise them up. Eventually, Rebel, you will come to understand the truth. This world exists for one man and one man alone. It's in his service that we live and die. He exists on a plane far beyond this mortal coil, and he has been chosen by the Exalted Ones to rule. Once you come to accept that, you will kneel before his Imperial Majesty and swear your undying devotion.
Lady Kaguya.
I can feel a new wind blowing. Hibari. Shura. Our world is evolving.
Their attack was ruthless. And I appear to have misjudged the extent of their power. Obviously, the Seven Light Faith is much more of a threat than I imagined.
You know most of these people are no better than cattle. They aren't worth the effort you're expending to raise them up.
Was that a dream? I know deep down that I'm an imposter. Masato, Ringo, Akatsuki, Aoi, Kane, Shinobu. What a remarkable crew. They're all talented individuals with unique powers, able to do things most people can only dream of. They truly are prodigies. But not me. I'm just conducting politics in a way anyone else could, using techniques that have been around forever. How am I supposed to defeat some superhuman leader?
This world exists for one man and one man alone. He exists on a plane far beyond this mortal coil, and he has been chosen by the Exalted Ones to rule.
I assume he was referring to Emperor Lindworm von Freyagard. If it turns out he does have superhuman powers, is it even possible to defeat him?
Well now, would you look at that?
Interesting. Makes me kinda homesick.
I have to agree.
What is it made of?
It's not glass, but still, you can see right through it.
So you know what's inside.
That's very practical.
Sorry I'm late.
Tsukasa, you're finally here! Look at our latest breakthrough!
Oh, I can't believe it. I haven't seen mayonnaise in a jar in a while. Ringo, did you do this?
That's right. I had a little spare time, so I thought I'd make some. I hope everyone likes them.
Check out the container, it's biodegradable! So it won't hurt the environment either!
Good work, you two.
Enough chit-chat.
Huh?
There?
We're here to christen Mayor Olga's new home, and what better way to do it than by serving up mayonnaise?
All right, everybody. Here's to Mayor Olga's newly rebuilt home. Cheers!
Cheers! Man, your home cooking is the best I've ever tasted, Winona.
Oh, thank you. You certainly know how to flatter a girl.
Hey, this batch of bread is really yummy.
Allie offered to use her muscles to help. Right?
Yeah, I beat that dough till it was good and soft.
Hey, guys. I apologize for doing this while you're eating, but we need to plan for what's next. I have some ideas for the future of the Elm Republic. Is it okay if I share them with you? In that case, let's start.